What's going on, everybody? All right, so today, December 23rd, 2024. All right, so today we got a few quick updates. I appreciate everybody for watching. Shane, I appreciate you for tuning in. Ray, I see y'all. Drop your comments. We're going to talk about a few things. Surgeon, what's up to everybody? All right, so as we wait for more people to tune in and stuff like that, like I said, today we got some chunky updates, some good stuff to talk about. And honestly, just seeing everything and how everything is going right now with DC and this whole reboot with James Gunn, it's not working. What a surprise! It is not working. But like I said, shame on us. Shame on us because we want good quality. Shame on us because we deserve quality, right? Look, honestly, today has been an awesome day. And let's get into it. Look, I'm just gonna tell you, I'm just gonna read it off and just share with y'all. I'll put these updates a little bit later, but check this out. Today, right? Let's not forget that on Friday, WB closed with a low number. And 2 days later, because of course Wall Street's closed on Saturday and Sunday, and today's Monday, they run Monday through Friday. We get it today. Guess what happens? Guess what happened today in the morning at 9:58 this morning? They started with a low $10.54 at the stock market. Low, pathetic, right? It went down 1.40%. Embarrassing, right? And guess what happens throughout the day? All right. Today, December 23rd, at 11:43, not even within 3 hours, it dropped again. It went down to 1048. Pathetic. You see that? Again, it dropped at 2.01%. And this is only within the past 3 hours of this morning. All right. And then what happens? Let the day go by. Let's wait. Probably things are going to change. And let's not forget that today they announced Creature Commandos Season 2. Ooh, whoopee. Nobody gives a damn about that. And we've been seeing all these updates with Superman and stuff like that. And it's still not saving this company because look, today, Wall Street with WB closed, even after they announced all of those updates, what did it end with? Even worse, $10.44. It dropped $2.34%. Wow. Instead of it going up, it went down and it went down and it went down. That's what I'm telling you. How low can this company keep on going and how long can they afford for these flops? This is why I'm telling you, I don't care about no excuses, all right? To all the James Gunn fans out there, accept the defeat, accept the L. With James Gunn, there's no solution. With James Gunn, there's no hope. And most of all, with James Gunn, there's no profit. Why are these numbers low? I thought you guys were in the millions with all these views. And while we're talking about millions of views, I just put up a recent video. Go check it out if you can ASAP because I'm showing you again the facts. What does it tell you? I keep on getting ads from James Gunn and DC and WB trying to force this Superman upon all of us. This is what happens when the studio is desperate. They are very desperate. Everybody's trying to kiss up to them. And everybody's like, oh, this movie's going to make $1 billion and this and that. The numbers are going to be sky high and blah, blah. You know what? The excuses are beyond pathetic right now. Because why are you still in the negative at Wall Street? I don't care about your excuses. Accept the fact the DCU is DOA. It's done. It's cooked. It's over. Put a fork in it. Get it off the grill. It's done. That's it. Accept it. This reboot is pathetic. It's done. There's no profit. Say what you want. The DCEU was profit. It made money. People were in the theaters. With the DCU, nobody's watching. Nobody's talking about it. Everybody's sucking up and trying to kiss ass to it. It ain't working. Accept the reality. And it shows you what these toxic James Gunn fans and followers are all about, you know? And like I said, I continue to delete and block people because they're just so aggressive. And it triggers them. It gets them rattled up. Like Batman said, I think it was in The Dark Knight or wherever it was, you've rattled their cage. Exactly. That's what they don't like. It shows to you. It just shows to you that we are winning. Nobody cares about Creature Commandos. And let me tell you about what Creature Commandos is going to bring. And they also announced season 2. They gave us a little quick, I think probably like 10 seconds for What is it? The one with John Cena. That's how bad it is. I can't remember what it is. Peacemaker. You see, Peacemaker. All right, they give us a little quick look for season 2. It's not gonna be different than season 1. It's gonna be the same trash, honestly, because of course this is from the wild and freaking perverted mind of James Gunn, because that's how he is, this sickle. And honestly, all I keep seeing are memes everywhere. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see it. It's just showing you that all type of fans are bothered. They're completely not happy. The real fans are not happy. All these fake fans that are kissing up, trying to get a free movie ticket, are the ones that are, James Gunn is the solution. James Gunn's going to help and save DC. James Gunn is the savior. No, he's not, you clowns. No, this circus is done. It's over. That's it. Give up. Know that what James Gunn is doing right now, he's just completely in panic mode. They're so desperate. You can see it by the ads that they're running. They're desperate. And it clearly shows you that James Gunn is probably keeping most of the profit of what he got with the budget for this movie. The same way that Andy Muschietti did with The Flush. Remember, 300 million. And then they ended up spending like, what, another extra probably 50 million on top of it. And look at how bad The Flush did. Superman is going to do worse than Joker 2. When Joker 2 came out, we knew it was going to be bad, but not this bad. And Superman, there's no exception. To all the James Gunn fans, how are you so convinced that this reboot is going to work? It's not going to work. Nothing at DC has been working without Zack Snyder. Tell me what has been working. Nothing. And the first Joker movie that came out, yes, I get it. It made $1 billion, but don't try to take credit for that, because that was still from Walter Hamada, that we were exiting the Hamadaverse, and it was in transition, crossing over with James Gunn. So he wasn't able to touch it. He screwed over Joker 2, because remember the famous notes from James Gunn. Let's not forget that. How many times didn't James Gunn give notes to these directors? And did it make the movie better? Tell me, honestly. Tell me what movie that James Gunn gave notes to worked? None. Zero. Nada. You know why? Because it doesn't work with James Gunn. James Gunn is trying to implement this Marvel formula that DC is so desperate trying to get the Marvel money, but on the contrary, they keep on losing this money. Now, look, let's spit some facts, because that's all I do. You already know that. When it comes down to what WB is doing, all of these movies that they've been putting out, besides Joker, the first one, not the second one, everything has been flopping. Everything has been just tanking more and more. So if you think we're not on a roll, meaning us, the fans, we know what's up, what makes you think that Superman is going to make $1 billion? The delusion of these fake fans is unbelievable. Honestly, the delusion and the expectation that they think that not Joker 2, that Superman is going to make $1 billion is ridiculous. It's completely a circus right now at WB. David Zaslav is selling stocks of the company. He's trying to abandon ship before it fully sinks. David Zaslav knows he's screwed. He's done. This is why he's doing what he's doing, trying to sell assets from the company when it comes to all of these stocks. If you're the owner and you run, Discovery and WB, why would you be selling most, if not more, than your company stocks? That tells you that you're scared and you're nervous about something. So you'd rather jump the ship now while you still can before it fully sinks. This is why I'm telling y'all. Excuse me. This is why I'm telling y'all that whole deal with Comcast is no coincidence. Something is definitely cooking behind the scenes. I told you it's not going to happen overnight. Whenever there's a merger, whenever there's some type of network or just whatever it is they're trying to do with, it doesn't happen overnight. Let's not forget when AT&T took over WB before Discovery, it wasn't overnight. I think it took about a year and a half, about almost 2 years, and it happened. But we finally got it. And then what happened? The same thing with the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut didn't happen overnight. It took some time once that merger came in and stuff like that. But look at what happened with AT&T at the time. They believed, and they went with what it was, Pam and Mike, that they convinced them, to release the Snyder Cut, and we got it. So if that was done during the time that Walter Hamada was there, and Sarnoff, Toby Emmerich, and all these people that were making the life miserable for Zach at WB, and us, the fans, that they were trying to screw us over, what makes you think that now that James Gunn is in, if you want to say, office at DC Studios, that it won't be a slice of cake for us to make Superman flop? On the contrary, it's going to be even easier. You know why? Because James Gunn has already started, and his streak is following him of flops. The Suicide Squad was a flop. That's it. No and, ifs, or buts. It was a flop. Creature Commandos, it's also doing bad. All these fake views that they're giving the fans and trying to say it's the #1 show that everybody's watching. You know why it's the #1 show on Max? Because there's nothing else to watch on Max. So it's obvious that everybody's going to watch it that has a subscription. How come they don't keep on showing the numbers? How come they only say, oh, it's the #1? I mean, why aren't they saying it's, this amount of views like they were doing with the Penguin? Because again, the lies of WB, like they said in how the Riddler said in the Batman, no more lies. That's it. No more lies. We've already caught on to you. Not only us, the fans, the general audience and the consumers are seeing that. They're seeing through all of this, and they don't believe it. They don't believe it. It's funny how there's more memes coming out of Superman for this reboot that nobody asked and nobody wanted. And look at how it's backfiring on the studio. The studio's right now an embarrassment. If I own WB right now, I would be ashamed. I would be embarrassed, because I would be like, whoa, this is more memes than anything else. People are not really excited for this movie, and all the fake reviews that they're trying to force upon us, excuse me, that they're trying to force upon us, through all these quote unquote influencers, whether it's on TikTok or, Facebook or Instagram or YouTube and everywhere. What's going on? The reality is that nobody's excited for this. And people, not only the Snyder fans, this is just fans in general. They keep on mentioning and bringing up Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill because people want that Superman. There's so many people running polls. I'm one of them that you would see on my channel that, which one do you want to see? David Cornswell, or do you want to see Henry Cavill? And Henry Cavill is beating every poll everywhere I keep seeing, even on polls that are not from Zack Snyder supporters, because it shows to you that's what the general audience, the consumers, the fans everywhere want. Even Marvel fans are like, yo, I still want to see Henry Cavill. I'm not convinced with this new actor with David Cornsweet and stuff like that. That shows to you that even the Marvel fans, the real Marvel fans, are not buying this. They know and they see it, and they're comparing it. This is why I put up that video. James Gunn is nothing but a copy and paste. Every movie and every project that he's worked on, the Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, and now Superman, everything is just Control C, Control V, copy and paste. That's exactly what he's doing. He's straight up a scam. He's straight up a hack. And it's not working. It's not working. The fans want more of Henry Cavill. They want more of the SnyderVerse. Say what you want, but that's the reality. Everywhere that I keep seeing, I see majority of the fans saying and talking about that. They keep on going at it. And you could see that the James Gunn fans are furious. They are boiling because they know that with James Gunn, nobody's going to support it. When it comes out in 2025, there was actually a comment that I saw. And somebody posted, look at how delusional some of these fans are from James Gunn. He's like, this movie is going to make over $900 to $1 billion guaranteed. Oh, really? Really? Very interesting. I wonder why we didn't get that with the Suicide Squad. I wonder why we didn't get that with the numbers of Creature Commandos. The same with Peacemaker. You know why? Because nobody's really watching it. The few handful of fans that support James Gunn, it's not enough. It really isn't. And honestly, it's just at the point where like people are just fed up. They're tired of this, real talk. People are just tired. They're exhausted, you know, because then you have these James Gunn fans coming out and saying all type of things just because you don't share their same point of view. You can't say that you like Henry Cavill because they all start coming at you and stuff like that. And it's funny because look, let's be honest, all right? You can see a DCU post. Excuse me. You can see a DCU post and somebody in the comment that's a James Gunn fan automatically has to mention Zack Snyder. It has nothing to do with Zack Snyder anymore. That's it. We've already completely moved on from trying to use and blame Zack Snyder. And I guarantee you because I'm seeing it already. When Superman 2025 flops, they're going to blame Zack Snyder. They're going to blame the Snyder fans because they're doing it now. They're like, oh, the Snyder fans just want to see it fail. Oh, the Snyder fans this. They're making excuses. It's pathetic. I've been calling this for a while, people. Don't forget, I've been saying this. If you've been following me, you know exactly what I'm saying. All right. I told you, watch when the trailer comes out that they're going to give us fake views. Isn't that what we're seeing right now? Yes. What did I say? You're going to see so many people kissing ass and sucking up to James Gunn, and they're going to show you who they are. Aren't we seeing that right now? Yes. We're going to see majority of the people switch sides and start trying to suck up to WB and DC and James Gunn because that's what they are. They're fake. And aren't we seeing that? Yes. I told you. They were going to try to disable the dislike button. I don't know why, but when I see the videos, I don't see the dislikes. I only see the likes. Maybe some of you are able to see it, but I don't see it. Every time I try to go see a video from WB, I don't see the dislikes. I only see the likes. Are they doing the same thing like Disney? Yes, exactly. The same thing. They're trying to hide it. But the numbers don't lie because like I told you, I put up that video today. What happened today? The stock starting off low. They were low throughout the day and they ended bad lower than what it started today. It was almost, if not worse, than last week on Friday when the stocks closed. So if you announce Peacemaker Season 2, you gave us a little quick clip. You announced Creature Commandos Season 2. And on top of that, you have your Superman trailer that it's not even out for a week. It's only been within a few days. And your stocks are still low. Yeah, you can't lie to us. Yeah, we see right through you. You can't lie to us. Your stocks tell you everything. And some of these fans, right? They've been coming out at me and they're like, oh, all of a sudden the stocks matter, right? Oh, hold on. Let's show these hypocrites what's up. Because when Zack Snyder was doing his thing, right? All of a sudden numbers were a big thing, right? The numbers had to be high. Oh, 800 million wasn't good at the box office. That was a flop. David Ayer's Suicide Squad only made 600 and something. Justice League only made 600 and something. That was a flop, right? Oh, but now what the excuses are from these James Gunn supporters? Very interesting. You know why? Because I have something that I want to share with you. I won't show it on the screen, but I'm going to read it. You know why? Because this is what the excuses are of these fans from James Gunn. What are they saying? They're coming out and saying that, and remember, I've been calling this for a while too, that the flops are okay. They're acceptable. It's okay because it's a reboot. That's exactly what I called over a year ago. And I said it. I was like, you're going to see these fake fans and they're going to be saying, it's okay. A flop is the new norm. It's okay to have 300 million. That's the number of your budget. So it's okay for you to get back your budget. What about your advertising? Or what about extra reshoots? Because they're reshooting for Superman. What does that tell you? It's not free. You have to pay. So the studio's dishing out more money. So what's going to be? They did the same thing with The Flush. They did the same thing with Blue Beetle. That's what I'm telling you. This is not going to work. It's not going to save them. It's not saving them. And people still don't want to listen. You know why? Because these are not the real fans. These are not the fans that go out to the theaters. These are the same fans that when The Flush came out, Blue Beetle came out, and all these movies that flopped at the box office, just like Joker 2. They were at home typing. Yeah, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be out there supporting it. Go out and how are the theaters? Dry. Nobody was buying tickets. And that's the excuse that they have now. The new norm is for a flop to be acceptable. That's fine. It's okay to have a flop. Shame on us. Shame on us because quality doesn't matter. Shame on us because we want quality. Shame on us because WB wants the Marvel formula and we do not support it. Get out of here with that nonsense. Justice League didn't work. Birds of Prey didn't work. Wonder Woman 84 didn't work. The Suicide Squad didn't work. Guess what else didn't work? The Batman, Peacemaker, Super Pets, The Flush, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, Black Adam, and next will be Superman 2025. They were all flops, unfortunately. But this is what happens when the studio wants to give the fans what they think is best for business. They don't want to listen to us. Look at all these multiple flops back to back. If you were one of the fans that did not go out to see any of these movies, you know what? I salute you. Hats off. Round of applause. You know why? Because it's thanks to you, the real fan, that you're not eating whatever the studio wants to give. That's what it is. Some of you might be like, oh, you're so negative. You don't want this studio to win. And why you're always talking down on them and why you want them to go low and blah, blah, blah. These excuses, right? Let me specify and emphasize something to you clowns, all right? Especially my number one stalker. Shout out to you know who you are. I'm not going to say your name because every time I give an opinion, you got to go and post it like people actually care about your opinion about mine. Let me tell you right now, and everybody that don't agree with my point of view, I'll tell you why. Because as a fan, as a caring fan, as a caring consumer of this brand, because since I've been a little kid, I've been buying DC toys. All right. Now that I'm adult, I still continue to buy the merchandise. That makes me a fake fan, right? Shame on me. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. The reason why I keep on talking about this is to expose how this company doesn't want to give us, the fans, you, the one that's listening, wherever you are around the world, whatever time zone you're in right now, whether you're in the North Pole, the South Poles, on the East Side, West Side, wherever you are around the world right now, you're listening. It's for you that I do this. You know why? Because enough is enough with these greedy corporations that they try to give us what they feel is best for them. They have the most iconic characters in history. People even make knockoff toys of Marvel and they throw in a Batman and Superman when that doesn't belong to them. That's a DC property character. I love Batman. I like Superman. I don't love Superman. I like Superman because thanks to Zack Snyder, I was able to like and appreciate more Superman because I was never into Superman. I've always been a Batman type of fan. And why should this company try to give us what they feel is best when we, the fans, know what we want? DC has always been dark. DC has always been on that serious tone. DC has always been brute. So all of a sudden, because this generation is so sensitive and you got some of the fans and their feelings, Batman shouldn't be doing what he's doing in Batman versus Superman. But then it's okay for him to be doing in the Batman whatever he wants, right? The hypocrisy is real. Batman needs to do what Batman needs to do. Michael Keaton Batman was doing what he had to do at all costs. No excuses. You had Val Kilmer's Batman doing what he had to do. You had, the list continues. Christopher Nolan, The Dark Knight, the same thing. Things have to happen with these criminals in this world. Excuse me. So when it comes down to it, people love to always dissect and try to throw Zack under the bus because they're like, oh, well, Zack Snyder was too alpha. It was too brute. It was too serious. That's a no-no, right? Oh, we can't do that with Zack Snyder. Oh, but you could do it with Matt Reeves, huh? You can make it all depressing, all emo, all dark, all serious. That's okay, right? Again, the hypocrisy at its finest. It's okay to do it with the Penguin, right? You can do whatever you want, make it as dark and brute as you want. That's fine, right? The hypocrisy of this studio and these executives. This is why I and many of fans all over the world are coming together, and we are now, like I've been saying, the theme for 2025 is going to be wallets closed for James Gunn's DCU. No more excuses. If you're subscribed to HBO Max, I suggest you unsubscribe now. You know why? Because like I've been saying it's about sending a message. Once HBO Max sees that they're losing viewers and subscribers and their stocks continue to drop, they are going to come to their senses slowly, and they're going to have to accept the reality. And what's the reality? Boom. It never worked with James Gunn. The reboot wasn't necessary. All you had to do, WB, if you're ever listening to this or some type of executive, all you needed to do was continue the SnyderVerse and let Zack Snyder do his thing and fully finish it. But no, you had to get in the way and screw things up, right? Oh, we the fans will not forgive and forget that. This is why we're at this invisible war, like I've been telling you. I called this war for such a long time, and it's finally here. It started a while ago, but it's finally here, and you're seeing it because the fandom has never been more divided than what it is right now. The DCEU made money. It had people in theaters. If it wasn't profitable, why does WB continue to make toys and merchandise and whatever it is and re-release these movies back to back, time after time? You know why? Because they know that there's money in there. But then you have the greedy executives and all of these suits, meaning all of these corporate people, right? Like you had Walter Hamada, Toby Emmerich, and Sarnoff, and the list continues. And now we're with James Gunn. And then we also have David Zaslav, and we also have this other bozo that's in the background, Peter Safran. We have these three in charge of this company. Now tell me, what have they made that's profitable? I'll wait. That's right. None. They haven't made anything that's profit. And you're going to probably, some of you are going to probably be like, well, Barbie made $1 billion and Dune 2 made $1 billion. Okay, that's fine. I give you that. I'm not arguing that. Good. Congrats. Well done. But you know what's the funny part and the best part about that? That you made $2 billion. How much is The Flush costing you? How much is Blue Beetle costing you? How much did Shazam 2 cost you? How much did Aquaman 2 cost you? Excuse me. Remember, I'm still trying to get over this flu, and I'm still here keeping it real with y'all. Even though I'm sick, but I'm still here doing what I had to do and report to you guys and let you know what these updates are about. Which of those movies made money? None of them. On the contrary, it costed you. That money from Barbie, that movie, that money from Dune 2. Oh, and on top of that, the other billion that you made from the first Joker movie. So you made $3 billion. Out of the $3 billion and the debts that you owe, where's your profit? You don't have none. This is why I'm saying WB is in the negative. They continue to be in the low stocks. That is critical. If this studio doesn't get their act together and do what they need to do, I'm telling you right now, they are in a real mess of a situation. They're in hot water right now. But I'm telling you, I see that Comcast might be the one that's going to end up buying WB in the end. I don't see Netflix buying it, honestly. As much as I would love for Netflix and all that, I don't see that happening, honestly. Comcast, it's already in network with WB. Comcast doesn't have no debt like WB. Comcast can get WB out of that debt. Will WB sell it in the end? I have a feeling that they are. I have a strong feeling that Comcast are the ones that are going to acquire WB in the end. And once they do, let's not forget, this is not going to happen overnight. In 2025, we have what James Gunn is putting out and whatever he's going to try to greenlight. He's going to be desperate and try to greenlight everything. What's going to happen in 2026? The beginning. I think it's in January. That soft merger, if you want to say, network, whatever it's called, between WB and Comcast, there's going to be a shift. And when they see, meaning when the studio and Comcast sees that they're not making money with Superman, they are going to have to go to Plan B. And what Plan B is going to be? Those rumors that we've been hearing that David Zaslav wants to restore the SnyderVerse as a backup in case James Gunn's DCU doesn't work. And it's not going to work. We already know that it's not going to work. The James Gunn fans know that James Gunn isn't going to work. This is why they're barking, they're mad, their cages rattled because they know that it's inevitable. It's not going to stop. They know that Superman 2025 is going to tank at the box office. It's a fact. We can see it right now. To everybody that thinks that Superman is going to make $1 billion, I don't know how and what part of La La Land you live in, but I'm telling you right now, you need to come down from the clouds. And the same way that Superman fell into the snow is how that movie is going to perform. It's going to tank bad at the box office. I'm telling you guys, brace yourself. It's going to happen. It's going to be worse than Joker 2. I wish I could tell you otherwise, but it's not. I'm telling you. And this is not just me trying to talk down the movie or anything. No. This is straight up a copy and paste. James Gunn copied frame by frame Zack Snyder. All James Gunn is doing is trying to rebuild his version so he can leave his quote unquote legacy. This is why I think he changed the title, because he wants to leave the James Gunn legacy. And his legacy is just going to be the same like in the Suicide Squad. It was a flop. And this is how this reboot is starting. Now notice, this is another excuse that the fans are coming out. This is another one that's cracking me up that I saw today. Some fans are saying that because people are not watching Creature Commandos, let's not forget Creature Commandos is the official start of the DCU. And since nobody's barely watching it, not enough fans, now the James Gunn fans are coming up with this excuse saying Superman is the start of the DCU. Whoa, hold on. Let's stop, rewind, and analyze that. So you're going to tell me that this whole time, let's not forget, James Gunn had said that Blue Beetle was going to be the start of the DCU. Then he changed it and he said that it was going to be Superman. And then he backtracked and he said that Creature Commandos, and this is where we're at right now in the timeline, that Creature Commandos is going to be the official start of the DCU. But since Creature Commandos isn't getting the views and the numbers that they expected, now the fans of James Gunn are trying to justify that flop and saying, well, you know what? No, the official start is with Superman. Make up your mind. Which one is it? Regardless, they're all going to flop. It doesn't matter in what order. They're all going to flop. This is what I'm telling you. Peacemaker is not going to save it. Creature Commandos is not saving it. Superman is going to be the final nail in the coffin. It's not going to work. It's not working right now. So many people are seeing the lies of what James Gunn is doing. Peter Safran, David Zaslav, WB, DC. They're trying to force this movie upon everybody, and it's not going to work. It's going to be a disaster at the box office. I'm telling you, a complete disaster. And this is what the studio fails to realize. Instead of listening and giving the fans what they truly want, they keep on ignoring us and giving us what they feel is best for business. But what's best for them is not what we want. It's not working. That's the part that I'm trying to emphasize. It hasn't been working. It's not working, and it won't work. So what's going to happen? In the end, WB is only going to have two solutions. And out of those two, I think that now it's going to go into like, I don't know, like it's just going to merge, if you want to say, into something different. Because now that Comcast is coming into play, what's going to happen? This is going to be like a Disney takeover, except it's not going to be Disney, it's going to be Comcast. Comcast, I feel, this is just my point of view speculating, at the rate and at the way that things are lining up right now, I think in the end, Comcast is going to be the head owner overall of Warner Brothers. In the end, I think they're just going to buy them out because they're the only ones that can afford it. excuse me, they're the only ones that can afford it, and they can be able to really help this company. And big and if Comcast does acquire it, what can come from this? So many things. Look at what they can come from it. They can go ahead, and I guarantee you that they're not going to renew a contract with James Gunn. They're not. Because remember, the contract from James Gunn is about to expire sometime in 2026. So by then, we're already going to be what, 1 year into the DCU officially, and then all these projects with the flop of Superman are most likely going to get canceled. Honestly, especially not moving forward with James Gunn. Why would Comcast want to move forward with somebody? I know that they're aware that fans are not happy with James Gunn. Comcast sees this. They probably have their teams watching in every corner. So, why would this company that's about to invest money are going to try to risk and completely lose everything? No, it doesn't make sense, right? Look, I've said this before and I'll say it again. When it comes down to Comcast, right? Comcast is privately owned. These people, meaning, these executives, are not going to put all their eggs in one basket. They're going to see how can they get the most for their money. They know there's plenty of money with Zack Snyder. They know that there's money with David Ayer, the Ayer cut. Now let's look at it. For Comcast to ask for David Ayer and for Zack Snyder in that share meeting that they had recently that I spoke about the rumors, and then now look, it's finally fulfilling. It's happening in 2026. You think that not WB, that Comcast isn't going to say, hey, we know that Zack Snyder sells. How about we give their fans something? And how about we do more things with Matt Reeves, keep everything separate, and let everybody eat and enjoy? But what about James Gunn? No, they're not going to move forward with that. Why would they? And again, this is where, again, the power of the multiverse and the Flash comes into play. The same way that James Gunn used the Flash in 2023 to erase everything of the SnyderVerse is the same way that Zack Snyder could use, just how he did with Zack Snyder's Justice League with the Flash, to reset time and fix the timeline that Joss Whedon created. The power of the multiverse is right there. So there's no and, ifs, or buts. If I was in the position to do it, I would use the Flash, reset everything, and everything that James Gunn did never happened. It never existed. It's gone. And continue and pick up from the timeline where Zack Snyder left off in the Nightmare timeline. Bring back Darkseid. Continue and leave everything picking up from where it left off with the epilogue scene. There's so much to explore. There's so much to expand. There's so much to do with this universe. You want to have Matt Reeves do his thing with the Batman, and you want to do that universe on a separate timeline with the Elseworlds, go for it. There's no stopping it. The possibilities are endless, and everybody gets to eat. Everybody gets to enjoy. Everybody gets to be able to enjoy content. And in the end, Comcast will be making so much profit. They'll be making so much money because now they have two sides within the fandom to be able to satisfy everybody. Guys, bear with me because, like I said, I'm still trying to get through this sick moment that I'm going through. This is why I'm running out of breath real quick. But I'm still here. I'm still here holding the line for y'all. So just bear with me on that. This is why I'm telling you. There's a lot of things that are coming around the corner. And the change is going to be good. It's not going to be bad. It's actually going to be good. This is why it's up to each and every one of us. We have to keep on going. We have to keep our wallets closed. Because in the end, when these studios see that, hey, the fans are not really supporting us, they're not buying it, they're not eating it up, they're going to have to go to plan B. And plan B is going to be, they're going to have to restore the SnyderVerse. If they don't do it, they will continue to lose money. Are they going to stop a cinematic universe if James Gunn's DCU doesn't work? No, it's not going to stop. Because they're going to be like, hey, well, what are we going to make money off of? Okay, we got comic sales, but that's not going to move as much as a movie, Movies always make more money for these companies. These studios depend on movies. If it wasn't like that, they wouldn't be putting movies out every so often. Man, give me a quick moment while I try to catch my breath. It's tough. It's tough. Whew. All right. So look, when it comes down to it, studios know that they make the most money. I can't wait to get better so I could be able to talk to each and every one of y'all better than where I'm at right now, because for the past 3 weeks, it's been rough. This is why you've seen that I haven't been live streaming that much, just because of this. So just bear with me. Again, I apologize on that. Just trying so hard. All right. Now, it's very crucial for these companies to continue to make movies. This is why you see that Universal keeps on putting out the fast movies. They put out these movies not because it's just whatever. They put it because they know that it's going to bring in so much money. The Fast Saga isn't about what it used to be anymore. It's not about like racing and streetcars and stuff like that. It's completely gone into an action movie. But look at how successful it is. And that's why these studios do these movies, because they know that it's a success. Look, if WB would have just let Zack Snyder fully do his thing, we wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We would be in a better situation because WB was ahead. Man, WB was ahead of Marvel, and they were doing so much. Whew. WB was doing way so much than what Marvel was doing. Yes, Marvel was doing their thing, but it wasn't nowhere near what WB was doing. WB had the original cinematic universe in the sense that it was dark, it was brute, it was more realistic, it was more grounded, and yes, it was connected, but it wasn't connected like Marvel. Marvel was doing their thing, and the way that Marvel connected their universe worked for them. That completely worked for them. The way that Zack Snyder had the plans and the layouts for WB with the DCEU were going to be it was going to be phenomenal. This is why we get to see the big difference. Man. Hold on a minute. All right. When you see what Zack was doing with the DCEU compared to what we saw with Marvel, you can see the big comparison with Zack Snyder's Justice League versus Avengers and the Endgame, the whole Infinity War, whatever it's called. Two different universes, two different brands, but both of them gave to their fans something new, something different, something original. What Zack Snyder gave us was a more mature version of it, because of course you have Darkseid. What did Marvel do? Marvel gave us the sillier, light-hearted, happy type, but then they wanted to go a little bit more dark, how we saw with the Snyder Cut. If you see both of them and you compare them, you can see how Marvel was trying to copy Zack Snyder with the Snyder Cut. This is why when they were filming on the studio and on the set, man, you can see it that they were copying Zack Snyder's ideas. This is why you see what Iron Man did. Because remember, Zack has said that Batman was going to go out, and he didn't. This is why he prepared what he gave us in the epilogue scene. Guys, I think I'm going to have to end it because right now, as much as I'm trying, whew, man. Sometimes, oh man, I'm just trying to keep it real with y'all. You can hear it, but I'm really having a hard time trying to talk just because right now my air is kind of leaving and stuff like that, just because I'm going through this flu and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do for now is just, I'm going to end it here for now. I appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully I get better faster. But with this weather and all this stuff that's going on around right now, just you got to stay and take care of yourselves because health is more important than anything else. I'm really trying to continue but it's very hard right now just because the cold air and stuff like that. It's just giving me hard time to talk and stuff like that. But let me see if I could go for another 2 minutes or something while we're here. We're still here talking. In the end, I just have a feeling that Comcast is going to be the ones that are going to acquire WB. They're the ones that are going to save them in the sense that they're going to, pick up that debt, if you want to say. They're going to change things the way that they are right now. And in the end, the SnyderVerse is going to make a comeback. Mark my words. There's no doubt about it. There's no and, ifs, or buts. It's going to come back. There's no doubt that the SnyderVerse is going to make a comeback. This is why you see a lot of fans from James Gunn coming out and they're mad and they're triggered because they know that they cannot stop us. They're trying to silence people like me and they can't. That's the thing that upsets them. They can't stop me. They can't stop us. They know that when we get together, we got the Snyder cut. We too will get the air cut in due time. And everything is going to pick up where it left off. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, I've tried the cinnamon and ginger. Man, right now, like, it's just really bad, man. It was worse like 2 weeks ago. This has been going for 3 weeks right now. But honestly, it's tough, man. This is why I'm trying to try to talk slow, but it's just it's flu season, everywhere right now. So everybody's sick everywhere you go, even in the stores and stuff. So, just stay safe out there, and it is what it is. But yeah, in the end, honestly, all of these things are going to happen. We just have to keep on doing what we're doing. We're doing a fantastic job everywhere, because in the end, it's all about it. Restore the SnyderVerse. That's what it's all going to come down to. These fans know that they cannot stop us. They know that we did what we had to do with the Snyder cut and we got it. But I'm telling y'all, we have to keep on moving forward. We can't pay attention to them. We have to keep on doing our things. And you can see it. You can see it. This is why I appreciate each and every one of you. Doesn't matter where you're from. Doesn't matter if we agree or not. Some things we're going to agree, some things we're not. That's fine. That's what we do. We're fans. We're here talking and enjoying what we like. That's fine. We're all entitled to it. But seeing the comments from everybody, seeing the support from everybody, once the video goes up and the views are going up, it's telling you people are watching everywhere and people want good entertainment. That's all it is. We want good entertainment everywhere. It will get better. It's not going to happen overnight, and in the end, we the fans, victory will be ours. Like I said, make sure to check that video out. So I'm about to get going just to try to get some rest and stuff like that, because right now, man, I'm feeling like a mess right now. But here I am, still holding it down for everybody, doing what we got to do. I appreciate y'all wherever you are around the world. Stay safe out there. And hopefully if I feel better, then tomorrow I'll try to come back on. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve and stuff like that. So I want to do another little live for that and stuff like that. So, but until then, hit that subscribe, hit that notification, share the videos, keep dropping your comments, all that stuff. I appreciate each and every one of you as always. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Stay safe. And until next time.